while back I did my favorite Disney worlds in Kingdom Hearts, but here's the thing, Kingdom Hearts isn't just about the massive collaboration that it has with Disney. The original story and the original worlds of Kingdom Hearts are just as impactful, if not better than each of the Disney worlds that Sora and his friends explore. So in this episode of Fantasy Kingdom, we'll be taking a look at the original worlds of Kingdom Hearts as I give you guys the top 10 best original worlds of Kingdom Hearts. Since we are focusing on original worlds, we'll obviously be avoiding any Disney inspired worlds on today's video. But before we get started, if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the channel for more JRPG content. Also, hit that like button if you enjoyed today's topic. Anyway, my name is Ruben with Fantasy Kingdom, and this is the top 10 best original worlds of Kingdom Hearts. Let's get it. Number 10, Dive to the Heart, Kingdom Hearts series. This world usually appears as the tutorial world for most Kingdom Hearts games, and in some cases, it's the location of a boss fight or other late game areas. Actually, one of my favorite boss fights of the entire series, Sora vs. Roxas, takes place in the Dive to the Heart world. Technically speaking, I don't think the Dive to the Heart is actually a world, but rather a deep dive into one's soul. Whatever the case, Dive to the Heart may not be the most explorable or badass worlds in the franchise, but the eerie music that plays in this unsettling location and the fact that so many key moments occur in this location throughout the franchise makes it one of the more unique worlds of Kingdom Hearts. Number 9, Scala Ad Caelum, Kingdom Hearts 3. Despite the very little time that the player gets to spend in this world, Scala Ad Caelum is one of the more visually impressive original worlds of the Kingdom Hearts franchise. The final battle in this location is one to remember, even if the fight itself is a little lackluster, and running around and exploring this ancient city was one of the better parts of the Remind DLC. With that being said, though the world had a lot of potential, it unfortunately lacked any substance, and for that reason, it's unable to move any higher on today's list. Let's just hope it's not the last time that we get to explore this world as Sora, considering how vital Scala Ad Caelum is to the history of Kingdom Hearts. Number 8, Realm of Darkness, Kingdom Hearts 0.2, A Fragmentary Passage. While the Realm of Darkness appears in every numbered entry of Kingdom Hearts, it's actually 0.2 that really opens the door for the player to fully explore the Dark World. We follow Aqua after the events of Birth by Sleep as she makes her way through the Realm of Darkness in the hopes of one day reuniting with Ventus and Terra once again. While I'm normally not the biggest fan of worlds covered in darkness and other JRPGs, Fragmentary Passage actually does a decent job at making this world feel fresh and a little different with each new section to explore. It may not live up to some of the other original worlds of the franchise due to its dark and gloomy aesthetics, but it was a lot of fun to finally explore a world that we've known about since the first game of the series. Number 7, Keyblade Graveyard, Kingdom Hearts 3. Ever since Birth by Sleep, the Keyblade Graveyard has become one of my favorite underrated worlds of the Kingdom Hearts franchise. While Birth by Sleep's version of this world was small in comparison to Kingdom Hearts 3, the idea of this world being filled with Keyblades that belong to fallen wielders was something that I've always found fascinating and grim at the same time. However, it was Kingdom Hearts 3 that provided a little more substance to this world, albeit in the form of a handful of boss fights. To be honest with you guys, what really makes this world so impactful and close to my heart is the connection that it has to the story of Kingdom Hearts. This world is the key part of the Kingdom Hearts franchise as it serves as the battlegrounds for the Keyblade War in not one, but multiple games. I still can't get over how awesome the final stages of this world is, in which you get to go through a boss rush of multiple villains of the series while also teaming up with iconic characters like Aqua and Roxas. Number 6, Traverse Town, Kingdom Hearts. As the first world that Sora finds himself in after Destiny Islands is swallowed by the darkness, Traverse Town marks a key point in Sora's journey. This world has a lot of different traits to it that really make it stand out compared to other original worlds of the series, and it acts as the hub world of the first game of the franchise. From the colorful town square to the dark alleyways in different districts of Traverse Town. This small yet unique world is where Sora met Goofy and Donald, and it's the first time we got to see Final Fantasy characters interact with Disney characters. Which honestly felt weird experiencing it for the first time back then, but ultimately it became one of the greatest collaborations that we never knew we needed. Number 5, Hollow Bastion, Kingdom Hearts. To be honest, most people would probably rank this world and its iteration from Kingdom Hearts 2 as the top 2 original worlds of the franchise, but I have to be real with you guys, I don't love the first game's Hollow Bastion nearly as much as most people do. Despite saying that though, I do really still appreciate this world a lot, to the point where it still breaks my top 5 original worlds of Kingdom Hearts. The main takeaway of this world is that it's mostly confined within a giant castle. Everything in this world is dark and gloomy compared to its counterpart that we'll talk about later, but that's mostly because Maleficent clearly did some remodeling after taking it over. Even though it takes place in a single building, a lot of the rooms are different and unique from each other. My favorite room is the area where you fight Riku and Sora reunites with Kairi. Overall, what I think I like the most about this castle is that as a horror fan, I really got Spencer Mansion vibes from this place. Seriously, the amount of rooms, grand staircases, and challenging enemies inside of this castle really make Hollow Bastion stand out as one of the more unique worlds in Kingdom Hearts. Number 4, Destiny Islands, Kingdom Hearts. Okay, yeah, I'll say it. I love Destiny Islands. It's charming, it's beautiful, it's iconic, and it's the best starting world ever. Like, after playing the opening sequence of Kingdom Hearts, I said, yeah, I would love to live there one day. Now, is the world as grand or as unique as some of the other original worlds on today's list? Absolutely not. The first game really only lets you play random mini games on the island with popular Final Fantasy characters, and it's the location of a few boss fights at the start and the end of the game. And in other games of the series, it's really just shown as cutscenes. Still, Destiny Islands is another staple of the franchise in which every mainline game, even Birth by Sleep, features it in some capacity. Ultimately though, Destiny Islands really ranks this high for me due to its beauty, its charm, and the impact that it had on me from the very brief moments I spent there with my time throughout the Kingdom Hearts franchise. Number 3, Twilight Town, Kingdom Hearts 2. Considering that my favorite character in the Kingdom Hearts franchise is Roxas, it really shouldn't be too surprising to find out that Twilight Town is one of my favorite original worlds in the Kingdom Hearts franchise. Even though Twilight Town is explorable by Sora later in the game, and Kingdom Hearts 3 also allows Sora to explore this world, it's the time that we spend in this world with Roxas that really makes Twilight Town so special to me. Watching Roxas trying to enjoy his life with his friends, only to find out that none of them really exist, including himself, was one of the more emotional and heartbreaking moments in the Kingdom Hearts franchise. I remember playing this game for the first time thinking, why the hell am I not playing as Sora? Who is this guy? Then later on I find out how attached to this character I get and how great of a job the game did with growing the relationship between us, Roxas, and his friends in Twilight Town. Number 2, Radiant Garden, Kingdom Hearts 2. As I said earlier, Hollow Bastion in the first game was mostly a giant castle. However, its counterpart in Kingdom Hearts 2, Radiant Garden, is much more than that. In this game, not only do the players still get to explore Ansem's mansion, but they also get to explore in and around the town of Radiant Garden. Because of this, we get so many iconic set pieces. From the battlefield in which we fight in the 1000 Heartless battle, to the mansion itself with data bosses and space paranoids, to the iconic overlook where we fight Sephiroth. Radiant Garden is leaps and bounds better than Hollow Bastion in my opinion, and it's without a doubt one of the best original worlds of the Kingdom Hearts franchise. There's really only one original world I like better, and honestly, it's a very close race between Radiant Garden and this next entry. Number 1, The World That Never Was, Kingdom Hearts 2. I'm sure you could take one look at my list and immediately guess what my favorite Kingdom Hearts game is. Yeah, every world in Kingdom Hearts 2, especially the original worlds, are just truly incredible. However, out of every original world in the franchise, The World That Never Was is my personal favorite. I know it's pretty simplistic for the most part, and it kind of shares a similar problem as the castle from Hollow Bastion, but The World That Never Was has so many incredible moments, gorgeous visuals, and probably the best overworld soundtrack throughout the entire game. From the city landscapes complete with the dark sky and giant moons shaped like a heart on the outside, to the very neutral and slick look of the interior of the castle, The World That Never Was perfectly captures the overarching theme of Kingdom Hearts 2. I can't express how intense and exciting it was for me to explore this world and face off against some of the most interesting boss fights of the franchise, like Xemnas, Xigbar, and my personal favorite boss fight of the game, Roxas. Okay, so I get it, maybe I'm just a little biased because my boy Roxas is involved again, sue me. But that's it for this episode of Fantasy Kingdom. Hit up the comments and let me know what you think of my list. Is The World That Never Was the best original world of Kingdom Hearts, or is there a different world that deserves that title? Let me know down below. Anyway, if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to my channel for more Jrpg content. Also, leave a like on today's video if you enjoyed today's topic. But thanks for watching, and as always, I'll catch you guys on the next episode of Fantasy Kingdom. Take care.